Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bright Cat here. Now I'm going to be trying something a little bit new, a little bit different than the previous videos. I'm going to be attempting to do a draw along with me. So I recorded some footage of me working on some commission work. And you'll get to see a little bit of my process here. Now, I don't know exactly how long I'm going to make this video, if I'll cut out some of the footage or not. I'm recording this after work, so I'm definitely a bit tired, so please forgive me if I sound maybe a little bit groggy and maybe a little bit rambly, and I'm just gonna do my best. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So I always start out with a thumbnail image. As you can see, the customer has already picked out which thumbnail that they want. Basically, at this stage, I just not zoom in, but I scale up my thumbnail. And then I just start laying down the rough sketch around it. This piece in particular is like a Halloween themed, Pokemon themed illustration. So they have two Pokemon OC characters. They're chasing the little dog Pokemon. I think it's called a Graviard, or I'm not 100% sure. I think it came out in Sword and Shield. The last Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Sun. So I haven't played any of the Switch Pokemon titles, so I couldn't say exactly which one. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. This Pokemon, this little dog Pokemon with the little candle on his head, is a Grievard. I guess like grieving kind of. No, I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, they have like two little. They're Purloins. One has kind of an Eevee coat pattern. The other one has a more typical Purloin coat pattern. They're siblings, okay? They are sibling Pokemon OCs, and they're like having a fun romp through a graveyard. It's kind of a little spooky, but a little bit cute at the same time. Something that, I want to have fun with, something more cartoon-like. Definitely a change of pace from the usual kind of more, I guess, dragon-oriented images I tend to draw on my own. But drawing Pokemon is always a lot of fun to me. I think I have a very rough Charizard animation on my channel that I did God knows how long ago. But yeah, you can see here I'm just kind of working in on a bit of the detail, really kind of exaggerating the forms a little bit, kind of cleaning up the poses. But as always, start with very basic shapes. Pokemon themselves always lend themselves to being easily drawn. They have very simple shapes. Most Pokemon are not very complex. Yeah, Grievard kind of has a lot of the long fluffy hair along the bottom, but other than that, he's like a big kind of sausage shape with a big blocky head that I kind of broke down into like a circle, then an egg on top of a sausage with a little bone-shaped candle on his head. The candle shape reminds me a lot of Goofy's hat. I don't know if that was intentional by the Pokemon design team or whoever in particular designed this dog Pokemon, but I definitely get some strong Disney vibes from this character. like I can 100% see a character like this in any of the like spooky Halloween themed Disney animations. So I think whoever designed this Pokemon is definitely a Disney fan. I couldn't tell you who it was. I know Pokemon, or the folks over there at Game Freak, have a number of designers that work on the Pokemon design. Like I said before, the last Pokemon game I did play was Pokemon Sun, so a lot of the newer ones are a little bit lost on me. I haven't seen them all. I know there's... wait, no. I think Stoutland and Lillipup or whatever it was. I think that was Black and White. I think those ones came out. I played through just about every single generation. I skipped Black and White, Black 2, White 2. I continued playing till Sun, and since then I've stopped playing the Pokemon games. Now, I think I'm going to speed it up just a little bit so we can kind of get into some of the other characters. I do want to make this video before I go to bed, but if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If it does, then it does. But either way, let's see if I can figure out how to speed up a video clip in DaVinci Resolve. Now, also keep in mind, I'm kind of using these videos as like kind of experimentation. I'm also trying to learn more about how to use DaVinci Resolve. Because there's a lot of features in this program that I don't yet know how to do. Like just right now, like when I started recording this audio, I had to go look up, how do I do a voiceover? Because usually when I'm doing my videos, I am recording myself in Audacity, exporting the audio file out of Audacity, and then importing it into DaVinci Resolve. So I was like, well, can I cut out the middleman, so to speak? Can I just directly record into DaVinci Resolve? And yes, I can. Even though this software is free, it definitely seems very robust, so I would be very surprised if I would not be able to directly record into the software. So thankfully I found that out. But yes, you can see I'm kind of working into the rest of this little Greavard here. Getting his paws, rest of his body. Now, of course, this is still just a rough sketch. Get it? Rough, because he's a dog. I know, I'm so funny. Anyway, this is still rough. I'm gonna do like a slightly more refined sketch after this. Occasionally, I will just go directly into inking for time's sake from here, but if I did that at this stage with the level of roughness of these lines, I'm still gonna have to do a lot of problem solving when I'm in my inking stage, and I don't necessarily want to do that with this piece. But yeah, actually, no, I just kind of talked all the way through getting Greavard done. So there's that. Okay, so I did figure out how to speed up the video clip just a little bit. As you can see, I'm kind of going through adding the last little bits of broad detail to Greavard here. Oh, raised his ear a little bit. But yeah, once I'm pretty much done with him, I just do a few more minor adjustments, play around with the layers a little bit, and then yeah, I'm gonna go on to his evolution, which is Houndstone. Now, Houndstone honestly is a pretty cool little dude. He's like a big like a cross between an undead sheepdog and I don't like a carpet. He looks like or some kind of moss or lichen. I'm not really sure what his fur is kind of supposed to be reminiscent of, but I wanted like a little tiny bit of houndstone just kind of blending into the scenery here. But like, you know, you'll be definitely able to tell once I put colors on this thing. Now, I'm not going to go through that in this video. But I'm only doing the the more refined sketch of the thumbnail. So I'm kind of going in, adding all the extra detail to the characters, refining the pose a bit. Now this particular character here, the two kittens are supposed to be wearing onesies that are like costumes of bigger cat Pokemon. Like this Purloin is supposed to be wearing a Liepard onesie, and his sister is supposed to be wearing a Delcatty onesie. Okay, that's why I have a picture of the Delcatty up there. But these, I just really wanted to have fun with drawing like little playful kittens. It's kind of like an inversion of the usual dog chases cat. This time the cats are chasing the dog. Like perhaps this Grievard is like their friend and they're just playing tag a bit morbidly in a cemetery. But it's still kind of fun, you know. You just don't think about the fact that you're trampling over the final resting spot of these people, Pokemon, maybe both. This is like the Pokemon pet cemetery, maybe. I'm not sure. We don't see any humans, so maybe it's only just for Pokemon. We're not gonna fuss about the lore of this image very much. But yeah, I'm kind of problem solving the design a little bit. I'm kind of going in, erasing, redrawing, thinking about it here and there, trying to remember, yeah, this is clothing on top of this character. Okay, so, and I have some reference images here that I was sent, but I'm kind of trying to do like my own spin on it. I might still change up the design a little bit before I finally ink this picture. But yeah, I kind of like draw the character's body first and then kind of go over it with the clothing, and then I just erase the form underneath a little bit. So that way I kind of, you know, I know how the clothing is going to drape over their body. Kind of do some really basic shading, just enough to understand this is the hood of this character that they're wearing. Reorganize the reference images, and now I'm drawing the sister. Now the sister is one I have drawn before. I did a reference picture of this character. Oh, I forget her name. I'm not very good. There's so many. Let's see if I can find her name. This one is Julia. Okay. The sister's name is Julia, who's going to be wearing the Delcatty onesie, and the brother, where is his name? Cariel and Julia. Okay, and they're chasing their Grievard friend through the cemetery. I'm gonna call this Pokemon Pet Cemetery because why not? But yeah, basically I'm doing the same steps over, kind of like feeling out the form, sketching it in. I do a lot of erasing. I do a lot of undoing. It's a very messy process in the beginning. I think it was at this point I pulled up the reference picture I had drawn. I'll probably show that very quickly. I'll just edit that in a bit, but I'm now actually looking at the reference image I drew of her was it a year ago? 2 years ago? When did I draw this picture? I can't even remember. Time just keeps flying by, honestly. But yeah, now I'm going in, adding the Delcatty ears. But I want it to look kind of like soft and plushy, like, because it's made out of fabric, okay? And you know how when you have like a plushie, it's kind of very rounded. Delcatty has more pointed tufts on the ears. I might go back and add, like, you see how Delcatty has those really pointed cheek floof thingies? I'm not even certain what you can call them, honestly. I might add in a bit of that to Julia's onesie. As you can see, I completely changed her pose from the thumbnail. Like, you don't have to be completely beholden to your very first thumb. Like, you can go in, make changes. Like, sometimes ideas will just come to me as I'm refining the thumbnail, as I'm refining the sketch, and I might kind of play around with it a little bit more. And I always check back in with my customer. Like, you know, I send them updates on what they think of the picture. Do they want any changes? It's usually when the picture is in this kind of a phase that changes are most easy. Like, if the customer wants changes, this is the time to get it done, because I haven't inked anything yet. Everything is still really rough. I don't have to redo any shading or coloring, so to speak. So I do have some mild colors just to kind of help me differentiate between, you know, foreground, background, all that kind of stuff. That is the moon in the background. As you can see here, I'm starting to go in on the forest way in the back. I kind of want to make sure that like all the lines are guiding the eye towards the characters in the foreground. So that's why the horizon, like the lines of the hills in the back, kind of form archways that lead back into the characters. And we're gonna go in and add a little. See, this is something I personally wanted to add. I did ask if this was okay. I wanted to add a Trevenant, which I think honestly is probably one of my favorite grass type Pokemon. I don't even think I played the game that this Pokemon is in. I can't remember what generation it's from, but Trevenant is just really cool. Like, I like kind of the more spooky grass type Pokemon, or is Pumpkaboo and Gourgeist. I know Gourgeist is definitely grass ghost type. But anywho, yeah, I'm kind of going in. I was gonna save, but then I had to remember I was gonna do something else. But yeah, that's basically it. This is the final part of the sketching here. And yeah, that's really it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed a peek into my creative drawing process. This went by a little bit quicker than I anticipated, probably because I learned how to speed up the clip in this software, which is fine because I do need to get myself ready to go to bed. I have to, you know, rise and shine at like 5:30 tomorrow morning in the AM, which is a travesty. Yeah, sorry this video was a little bit later. It came out later than I wanted it to, but this past weekend was actually very busy, and I had to do like a mini road trip on Saturday, but that's a whole nother story for another time. But I'm gonna leave that here. I hope you guys join me again for another video at some point soon. But till then, I hope you all have a good night, and I hope you all have a good rest of your week, and whatever you all decide to get into, I hope it goes well. And until the next video, take care, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.